Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. For today's review, we're going to take a look at the S.H.Figuarts No.02 Chun-Li. And this is the first time I'm using this new light setup, so bear with me if it's not quite right. So the packaging is pretty nice, fairly standard S.H.Figuarts style packaging with the window in the front, photo of the figure in the front as well, very clean white and blue color scheme. Chun-Li on the side, and on the back you've got her in action, optional parts, and her specs in the game. And on this side you've got a nice artwork of Chun-Li doing a high kick, and on the top the window wraps around, and on the bottom nice close-up of her face. So that's very nice packaging, and let's get her open now. And this is what you get inside. So you get the figure, optional hands, 2 optional faces, and a kick effect part, and a display stand. But I'll get to that in a minute. And let's have a look at this first. So this appears to be a display backing card, which is really nicely done. Very nice artwork here. It's like an old Chinese village type artwork. And let me just get this open for you. You also get a set of instructions as per standard S.H.Figuarts releases. And here is the backing card, and that looks great. So you've got one with the bus and one with like a little food stall with the taxi there. Not exactly sure how these stand up. I guess they just kind of stand like this. So I'll put this in the background while I do the review for the figure, if I can get it to stand. And here she is out of the packaging with her accessories. So she has, on the figure itself, the closed fists and the pretty standard non-expressive face. Then she has a kind of a shouting face, a little bit of a smiling face. She comes with a pair of open palm hands, a pair of these slightly curled up open palm hands, and a pair of karate chop hands. And of course she comes with her effect part for her, I forget what her move is called for this kick. So you basically have to kind of pull this thing apart, feed her feet through, and then close the whole assembly again to get her feet to go inside there, and it looks really cool. And the stand helps to balance the figure. And these pieces do kind of come off, but they just all peg back on. I can't see where this piece has fallen off from, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. But so these are all, they've all got tabs, so they all kind of come apart. So, and I'm just gonna quickly change her face to show you how it's done. Kind of just pull the whole face off, and then plug the other optional face parts on, and now she's angry. So that's pretty cool. And with her hands, pretty easy, pop off and on the ball peg, and now she's got karate chop hands. And now for a closer look at the figure itself. The face is very nicely painted, very pretty face indeed. And these things on her head kind of move back and forth, so that's nice. Nicely painted detail, the gold on the ends of these ribbons, so that's really nice and lovely. On the whole, the paint is quite tidy, but there is a little bit of overspray around this shoulder area. Don't know if you can see that, but it's very minor. A little bit of a paint scratch on the side of her bosom, and a bit of blue paint on her arms. So QC is not 100%. like I would expect from Bandai, but on the whole it's not too bad. Very lovely bangles here, nice and big and spiky, and they rotate. These aprons, they're soft rubber, so I think basically from her waist down, this whole piece is one piece and it's kind of soft, so it moves out of the way, and it's very nicely molded, so it flows around the back of her buttocks, the shape, so that's really nice. Very nice shading on the inside of the thighs, and there's the paint matching here is not the best, but it's not too bad. And then just inside her legs, a little bit of paint chip there. Good highlight and low light in the muscle area. And the boots are pretty plain, to be honest. I think there is a little bit of grey shading on the white boots, but actually looking at it closely, it is quite plain. And with articulation, she can look up that far, look down that far, tilt from side to side, and all the way around. And as I mentioned before, her hair pieces can kind of rotate up and down. She's got a butterfly joint in the shoulders, so you can go forward and back that much. She can lift up her arm that high, go all the way around, and kind of go up and down as well. She does have bicep swivel, so it's hidden inside that her clothing there. Single jointed elbow, but it does the trick. Very nice bend there. A pin and hinge wrist with a ball peg in the end, so all the way around. You can turn it in and out a little bit. The bracelet's kind of in the way of the wrists being able to turn in and out very far. And then moving down to her diaphragm, she can crunch forward that far, crunch back all the way, matrix style, very nice, and side to side as well, but if you push it too far you will see a gap on the side. Same on this side as well. And coming down to the waist, I think there is a waist, yeah, there is a waist articulation point there, so that helps with the ab crunch. You can actually see the mechanism if you lift up her skirt, and then side to side as well, and rotation. And with her legs, she can kick forward or kick out, or let's see, she can do full splits, which is awesome. She can kick forward, very high, and she can kick back all the way as well. So she's got some pretty powerful legs there. And no thigh swivel, I think. Yep, not much, a little bit of play but not really. And then a single jointed knee joint, but it does the trick beautifully, more than 90 degrees. And she has no swivel there either. She can tilt her feet down that far, up that much, and there is ankle pivot, so that's good. And then she also has a toe joint which bends almost 90 degrees. And in terms of height, she comes in at just under 145 millimeters, which is roughly 5.7 inches. And now for some size comparisons. Here she is with S.H.Figuarts Suicide Squad Harlequin. Here she is with DC Icons Rebirth Wonder Woman. Here she is with Marvel Legends Miss Marvel. And here she is with Marvel Legends X-Men Rogue. I think overall Bandai has done a pretty decent job of bringing Chun-Li to life. Very pretty face. Her proportions are great. I really love her thick thighs. And yeah, she's got really good articulation. The QC is not too bad. There's a few little paint oversprays here and there, but on the whole it's a decent figure. The only thing is, being S.H.Figuarts, they tend to be a little bit on the small side, especially when compared to Marvel Legends. So I was really hoping to do some, Marvel Sega versus Capcom kind of crossover display. But she is a little bit on the small side, but you know, you can just get away with it with a bit of clever posing and a little bit of forced perspective. You can kind of get away with it, so that's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to getting that set up, hopefully. Yeah, so if you're a fan of Street Fighter or, you know, S.H.Figuarts Bandai toys, she's really cool. You really love posing her and playing with her, and she will look awesome on display as well. So that's my review of the S.H.Figuarts Chun-Li action figure. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time for another toy review. Don't forget to subscribe, and also let me know what you guys think of this new lighting. I'm not sure if I like it yet, but I'd love to hear what you guys think.